All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Hello. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful curated New York sponsored lunch from the Holiday Inn in Binghamton, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and youth who have joined us today, welcome to the Youth Pitch Stage at the Grow New York Conference. The Youth Pitch Stage is where innovation is meeting inspiration. It's with great excitement and an anticipation that we gather here today to celebrate. In this ever-evolving world of agriculture and food systems, we're at the cusp of opportunity. The challenges before us and the solutions needed are going to have to be transformative. It's no secret that the future of agriculture rests in the hands of you, the youth, you right out there, all of you. A lot has changed in the way things were when I was in high school, so why wait? Just innovate. Over the course of today and tomorrow, we're going to hear pitches from across young minds of New York State. I read all the applications, and each one of them was inspirational, filled with the energy, creativity, and determination that each young person and that the exact people who are going to be leading the world of food are, and that's you who are right here. And as you all know, the world of agriculture is ever evolving, right? It's changing. We're not confined to those traditional methods of farmer and the pitchfork. Youth are actively shaping and redefining the future of agriculture, and their innovation and entrepreneurship mindsets are where we need to go. We need a workforce prepared for the challenges ahead. We must support youth and lend knowledge and resources to turn their ideas into reality. We need the investors. We need the belief in these young people. We need to be their cheerleaders. The Grow New York State Conference serves as a platform for that exact innovation and entrepreneurship. These are young people who dare to think differently. And to each of you who are presenting today, remember that all the ideas that you have are the power to revolutionize the way we grow, distribute, and consume food. You're supporting science, engineering, and technology as part of the supply chain. I'd like to introduce our esteemed judges. Damali Winter, Assistant Commissioner of New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets. Thank you. Andy Turner, Associate Dean of CALS, Director of Cornell Cooperative Extension, as well as our outgoing 4-H Director for over 14 years. Rob Salamita, CEO of what you may know as New York State Fair Speedies, but Salamita Speedies. Thank you, Rob. And Eller Underberg, President of New York State FFA Centennial. We have a timekeeper today from FFA as well, Keely Schilder, and youth that are going to be competing today are going to be competing for the following prizes that are provided by our great friends at Ag and Markets, the Taste New York program. First place is $3,000 for business or educational expenses. Second place, $2,000 for business and educational expenses. Third place, $1,000 for business or educational expenses. And fourth through 10th place, each will receive $500. We are going to get started right now without hesitation, and I am going to introduce pitch number 1, Sarah Palmer. She's from Tompkins County. Come on up.
And do I use this or the?
You're going to use that, so you can move around if you can.
Okay. That's not the right slide. How do I go back?
Oh, go back?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to ask if you've ever bought a card for a loved one before. If so, I wonder how that card was made and what that person did with the card after they received it. In my experience, people choose one of two options. They either throw the card away or add it to a tall stack of other cards. Approximately 1 billion Christmas cards are tossed in the trash every year, transported to a landfill, and subsequently adding to greenhouse gases. Many of these cards are not recyclable. Even if someone was to keep all their cards, they would have limited ways of repurposing them, and importantly, it would take up space. This is where Humotion seed cards come in. First, Humotion seed cards are eco-friendly. They are reusable in that they are plantable. They are also handmade from recycled paper. Secondly, Humotion seed cards provide a way to repurpose and transform the love given from the card giver to transform the love exchange between the card giver and the card receiver. With these seed cards, one can plant the love they were given and watch it grow into something tangible and resourceful. So in a way, these cards are a real example of a gift that keeps on giving. In many communities within the United States, including my own, I've noticed that many people are not familiar with the agricultural process in which we receive many of our basic items, such as the food we eat and the clothes we wear. With Humotion seed cards, one can learn to appreciate the earth that has provided us with these resources and also establish a positive relationship with the earth. This can easily help spread the urgency to care and protect for the environment, which it desperately needs. Humotion's market opportunity would be based on the popularity of greeting cards. For instance, 6.5 billion greeting cards are purchased in the US annually. As a result, Humotion seed cards would have no problem attracting customers. Next, they're eco-friendly buyers. Focusing on consumers in the US, 75% care about environmental impacts of different products. On a global scale, 63% of global customers have adopted greener buying practices. Next, where will Humotion cards be profitable? I predict that the best vendors for this starter business will be small local stores, especially stationery or art stores. For example, a gift shop named Sweet Caroline in Slaterville Springs has already expressed interest in buying Humotion seed cards. In terms of what to charge for my cards, the average price of a typical card is around $4. My card, however, would be raised to around $7 due to the unique aspects of a Humotion seed card. This is the addition of my own art, locally grown seeds, the card's eco-friendly properties, as well as being handmade from recycled paper. Humotion's competitive advantage features the original art I create at home. Where I live in Ithaca, shop owners value and sell different products from local artists and producers. In addition, every card will include a unique seed that has multiple purposes. For example, the seed paper that the judges have right now include dill seeds, which are not only edible and great for seasoning food, but they also are healthy and anti-inflammatory. Most importantly, Humotion has a great business team. First, there's my mom, who helps grow the seeds, which I then implement into the cards, directly produced from our own garden. Next, I have my dad, who is a business consultant at JP Morgan Chase, who has helped me situate the ideas for my business. Next, we have Keith, our friend, who has helped me construct the mold and decal in which I use to shape the paper. If I were to win the money, my next steps would be to determine a way to properly print multiple cards. A printer would be a good example. Also using eco-friendly ink, such as water-based ink and edible ink.
All right, that was wonderful. You're going to stay here, and the judges are going to ask you a couple questions. Take a nice deep breath, and we're ready to go.
I have a question for you. Could you tell me about the envelopes, what material the envelopes will be made out of?
In terms of envelopes, I could possibly make my own by folding the paper that I already make. They definitely would not be made out of plastic or anything harmful to the environment.
Sarah, a great presentation. I loved your visuals and the organization and the concept. I was curious about, and the use of the data about the customers, really good. How did you come up with what you think the price point would be for your product compared to what's out there now?
As I stated before, if I can access the slide. No? Okay. Huboshin cards have art from local artists, such as myself. The seeds have special, are specifically chosen for selling. Like I mentioned, they have multiple purposes in terms of being healthy and also something people can enjoy in food. And they're also made out of recycled paper and are eco-friendly.
Hi, I loved your idea with the cards and making them eco-friendly. With your price being higher than your target, what is already out there for the price of cards, do you think that they will have a problem selling with their price being higher than a normal card?
I don't think they would have a problem selling because in many of the card shops I've gone to, even if they don't have seed paper or if they're not locally made, their prices have been up to like $13 a card. So I think somewhere in the middle, which my price is at, is good.
Hello, I just want to echo very impressive idea. Mine kind of overlaps with the previous question. Can you speak more to how you're going to let people know? Like, is there any type of marketing that you've been thinking about so people know, here, this is special compared to the other, cards of a similar price point?
So right now I'm focusing on distributing the cards to local markets. Near to my house, there is a shop that sells different products from local artists, and they also have their bios posted in the store, so that could also be something I could do to let people know more about the business and what it's about.
Thank you. And just one more question. When it comes to, is there anything special for delivery for those that want to mail your cards?
Could you please repeat the question? I didn't hear.
Is there anything special about delivery of your cards? I think that might touch on when they were talking about the envelopes, things like that, to protect the seeds.
In terms of delivery, right now it would probably be, I would probably do it myself or with the help of my family members. I haven't thought of anything extremely special for that, so yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations, that was phenomenal. Watch your step. All right, next to the stage, we're going to invite Elizabeth Dendis. Elizabeth is from Seneca County.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. Everyone knows the saying, but my business, Sweet Sprinkles Bakery, fully embodies this ideal. I am Elizabeth Dendis, and I own and run Sweet Sprinkles Bakery, a small bakery in Trumansburg, New York. I live in the very center of the Finger Lakes, between Seneca and Cayuga Lake, in a circle of very small towns. Where I live, I can't find any quality baked goods without traveling a minimum of 40 minutes. And even so, there are very small storefronts where I can hang out with my friends, study for exams, or have a cup of coffee. So I decided to turn my passion into a business and solve this conundrum. I created a small teenage-run bakery that uses local farms that provide meat, dairy, and produce for our product. Sweet Sprinkles Bakery officially opened in July of 2023 and embodies a peaceful and cozy atmosphere, perfect to come drink a cup of coffee in the morning, do some schoolwork, or even take some baked goods to go if you're running late, as it seems most of the working class usually is. Most of our products are house-made, like bread for our French toast and homemade jams and syrups. However, there are products that even we can't make, so instead we use local sources. Our meat and produce is purchased from a local Mennonite market, and our dairy, syrup, and honey is from local Amish farms, and our cheese from Lively Run Dairy, a local goat farm. We offer a display case of baked goods that range from the traditional blueberry muffins to elegant French petit gâteaux and entremets. We also have a small coffee bar that allows our guests to pick whichever drinks they would like and flavor them with creamers that are in our little fridge. We also have a hot breakfast menu that has unique French toast combinations such as creme brulee or s'mores. We have a few other items like chicken and waffles, quiche, ham, and fried potatoes. The best thing about our menu, besides the fact that it's really good, is that every week it is different. We have an ever-changing menu to adapt to the part of my favorite part of the world of gastronomy is that it is always changing. So we have a menu that follows that pattern. Now, not to spoil too much, but next week I am very excited about our menu. We will have smoked salmon quiche, banana bread breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast banana boats. I rent my bakery space from Hazelnut Kitchen, which is a fine dining farm-to-table restaurant located in the very heart of Trumansburg, which gives me the perfect location for high foot traffic. I'm currently the sous chef at Hazelnut Kitchen, after working there for over a year and a half. But the restaurant is only open in the evening, so it gave me the perfect opportunity to open a bakery in the morning and fully utilize the space and equipment. During the summer, we're open Tuesday through Friday in the morning during tourist season. However, in the winter, it slows down drastically, so I'm only open on Saturday mornings, and all week we take custom orders for cakes, cupcakes, muffins, anything that our customers need. While the bakery was my idea, I would not be able to do it without my primary employee, my mom. Since she taught me all of the classic recipes and most of my technique, it seemed only logical that we open it together. While the bakery is in my name, we both run the business, and we learned soon off that we could not keep up with our demand. So I have hired 3 other part-time employees. In the summer, we have all 5 of us working together. And in the winter, we only have 2 of us who run on the weekends. Our initial investment to open was around $5,000, and I'm now paying $500 a month for rent, amongst other costs such as insurance and taxes, as I'm sure you know. I currently have the 2 employees, so that is my only cost for labor. Our average week of sales ranges between $1,000 to $2,000, and this past weekend, we broke our record of single-day sales at $750. If I win this money, I plan to use it to expand our product and business. I would like to hire another employee to add more menu items, both to our bakery case and our hot breakfast menu. Through trial and error, as well as talking to different locals, I've discovered the highest demand is for a local breakfast because there's only one other restaurant that offers it in the morning. I would like to evolve and become the other breakfast joint, serving a unique menu with all locally sourced and house-made products. As you've all been given as well is a little dessert that I created. It is a decadent chocolate cake filled with a chocolate ganache and strawberry syrup with strawberries on top. I would have liked to make something more elegant, however, I was limited on time between my day job and school and my business. But I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Well, that was a very good presentation. Well done on that. Is your end goal to just have a breakfast facility, or are you looking to expand because the product is quite good and maybe sell it to restaurants in the region?
Right now, I use the restaurant space, so we serve breakfast there. We have a full dining room. It currently has 16 tables, and it can seat around 40 people. So my hope is to just be able to fill those seats constantly. And eventually, if I could get the revenue, I would like to purchase my own bakery space to open a full breakfast and bakery joint.
Hello. Thank you for your presentation. I'm curious, is there any interest for you serve a lot of tourists during the high season, handing out cards and doing delivery, mail order, that kind of thing with a website?
I currently do not do delivery as I don't have the resources. I'm in a small town, so it's very hard. Everyone lives far apart, so it's hard to do delivery, and we're only open for a small amount of hours, so we only do pickup. But we do offer gift cards if people want to give to their friends so they can come and pick up different things. So delivery is not really an option right now, but maybe if I were to have my own space.
Apologies. Not delivery, mail order. That's what I meant.
Oh, mail order. I have not considered that yet. I used to have a home licensed kitchen, and I know that the New York laws prevented me from doing mail order. So since we just recently got up on our feet, I have not looked into that yet, though it is something I would love to pursue.
Hi, do you have a solution to increase your winter market to be able to open more hours than just one day a week?
Yes. Right now, we have marketing on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and I also do some marketing through the restaurant. We kind of bounce off of each other to get business. However, during the winter season, I'm not inclined to open more hours. I think that Saturday is just the right amount because our business has been increasing since we switched to Saturdays. And I am also a full-time student, so I have to fit that in. So until I graduate, it's not really on my mind.
Elizabeth, really great. Just curious if you're thinking of this as an ongoing career path and what that might look like. What are your dreams for the future?
Yes, I have already decided to pursue culinary arts. Right now, I am a sous chef at the kitchen, so I have a very high-ranking position. And I had suggested to my boss leaving to open a bakery, and he was quite horrified by that. So he asked me to stay and offer the space. So in the future, I would like to continue to run my bakery and learn from my chef where I am. However, eventually, I would like to travel and work in Michelin star restaurants around the world. So I don't foresee this bakery being the end-all goal. I would like to further my career in learning. This was just a startup to learn business, I guess.
Thank you very, very much. If you're in the Trumansburg area, I think that's where you want to have breakfast. Our next pitch contestant, Matthew Bornstein from Nassau County, came all the way from Long Island. Welcome, Matthew.
Where's the clicker? The clicker? The clicker. You have the clicker? Hello, everyone. Have you ever wondered why your plants aren't growing as big and tall as you want them to? Maybe it's because you're not using the right kind of fertilizer. Well, I have the solution for you. What is it? It's chicken dew. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Matthew Bornstein. I'm currently a sophomore at Jericho High School in Jericho, New York. I am very passionate about plants and animals. At home, I have a large garden as well as a chicken coop with 11 chickens. I also work as a customer service associate at Heritage Farm and Garden. I have been breeding and raising my chickens now for over 3 years. I created chicken dew because most of the fertilizers on the market are synthetic and can even be bad for the environment. Chicken dew is a natural, non-synthetic liquid plant fertilizer which is derived only from waste from chickens. Our product is completely biodegradable, environmentally friendly, and sustainable. To use our product, simply apply it evenly over your plant soil. It's that simple, and as a result, you'll have an increase in crop growth and a healthier plant. The long-term impact of using our product is a healthier environment, since our product is completely organic with no added chemicals or synthetic nutrients. The proprietary chicken dew process. The process for creating chicken dew is proprietary. This means we can't disclose all of the information on how we refine our fertilizer because this is currently patent pending, but we can say this. As a result of us refining the chicken manure, it makes it better for plants since the overall nitrogen content is lower. We have secured the domain name chickendew.com and have a working website where customers can directly buy from our store, and we will be filing trademarks shortly, as well as a corporation. Our mission, vision, and values. Our mission is to utilize a sustainable source of plant fertilizer which will benefit both the consumer and the environment. Our vision is to get chicken dew throughout garden stores in the United States, but of course we're going to start local, and we value our chickens, our customers, and the environment. Here's an experiment that tested the efficacy of our product. On the left, we have the control group, which did not receive chicken dew, and on the right, we have the experimental group, which did. As you can see, the plants in the experimental group grew and appeared to be a lot more lush and grew taller than the plants in the control group. Let's take a closer look at the results of this experiment. The orange line shows the group that did receive chicken dew, and the green line shows the group that did not. Which one do you think looks better? It's pretty obvious to me the orange one shows a clear and better trend of growth. Here's our cost and profit analysis. For us to manufacture 1 unit of chicken dew sold at $6, will have a cost of $6.42, with a monthly cost being $335.96. Now on the right, we have our profitability analysis. For us to manufacture 50 units of chicken dew in 1 month, we'll have a price per unit of $9, with a revenue per month being $450, a profit per month being $114.04, a profit per package being $2.28, and a gross profit margin of 25%. Now, don't take our word for it that our product works great. Take the word of our large-scale garden store owner and operator, Michael Ireland, where he states that he would welcome the opportunity for our product to be sold in his retail store environment, while also incorporating our product throughout his fertilization practices in his growing facility. Now, not only did Mr. Ireland give us that great testimonial, but he also gave us our first commercial order where he purchased $450 worth of chicken dew, or 50 units. Marketing. In my opinion, the key to successful business. We will use Google Ads to market our product to specific audiences. These audiences include wholesalers, retailers, and garden centers that all want the same goal in mind: a new and innovative way to fertilize their plants without the use of synthetic chemicals. We will also use social media platforms to advertise our product with our viewers, and we'll hire influencers on platforms such as TikTok to share our product with their viewers. Our future plans. We already have a working prototype and our first commercial order, so why would we stop now? If we win the prize money, we'll invest it right back into chicken dew. As you can see on the bottom left, we have a photo of our product and its packaging, which is nearly 100% biodegradable, which makes for a healthier and safer environment. Thank you, and remember, we do help plants.
Thank you, Matthew. That was really great.
Thank you.
Very clear presentation. Can you describe a little bit more of the actual process from the chickens to getting into the packaging? Like how, and are you the sole laborer for that?
Yeah, so as of now, I am the sole laborer for that. We currently can't disclose all the information on how I refine our fertilizer, as I mentioned before, because it is currently patent pending. But what happens is we'll collect it from the coop, we'll process it, and then we'll package it up. It's that simple.
Hi, I'm just curious on how you came up with the packaging idea for your fertilizer, and more specifically, your logo.
So our logo I designed and developed by myself, and our packaging, I figured, why would I create a fertilizer that's organic without its packaging being organic as well? So its packaging, as well as the fertilizer itself, is completely biodegradable, making for the whole product itself to be safe for the environment.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. I'm curious, can you speak to who's your competition?
So our competition is going to be any of the other large-scale fertilizer manufacturers. Our product has an edge, though, because as I mentioned, our product is a liquid fertilizer, which makes it easier to apply than like you might have seen the powdered chicken manure that's sold. Our product, like for example, the powdered manure, you pour it over your plants. You can inhale it. It's not safe. Our product is very simply to use and apply, making it the better and clear choice for everybody.
Okay, Matthew, take a breath. You have a lot of energy. How did you come up with the labor per bottle of $4?
So I figured that, I just figured like what is a normal, so the labor money goes directly to me since that I'm the sole person producing the fertilizer. Currently for a month's worth of labor, it's $20 per hour, which gives us that price, which was on the previous slide.
All right, so where you have it in that one customer's store, what is he retailing it at?
So the store that currently placed an order for Chicken Dew, they're going to retail it to literally anybody who wants a new and innovative way to fertilize their plants organically without the use of synthetic chemicals.
No, I meant what price? What's the price point?
So right now we're selling it directly to the wholesalers for $9 per unit. But if we're on our retail website, for example, since we don't need to upscale our price, but the wholesalers do, we'll sell it for $14.99.
And is that what your first customer is retailing it at? Is he selling it for $14.99?
So I would imagine, yes, that he's going to sell it somewhere approximately around $14.99. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Great job. Thank you. That was so wonderful. I have an announcement. If you've lost a cell phone today, it is at the Information Center desk. So if you're missing your cell phone, you can find that at the Information Center desk. Wonderful. Our next pitch today is Madeline Hill. You will see it says Monroe County in your book, but that's not true. Madeline is from Madison County. And we are ready to introduce and welcome Madeline. Madeline.
All right, thank you. As you guys have received, those are my cold process soaps. So feel free to smell them and trade them with each other. Okay. So a little bit about my business, Farm to Foam, the agribusiness behind cold processed soaps. So a little bit about it. So I had the idea to start a business in January because I was inspired by many other business owners and I really wanted to impact the world. And because I wanted to impact the world, I looked at many other different business ideas and I came across soap. And when I came across soap and looked at all the different types, I realized that there were a lot of flaws in that. And because of that, I wanted to change it. So I formulated my own recipe and I am using a wide and diverse amount of ingredients. So my products are made to be very moisturizing and lavishing. The blend of ingredients is extremely unique, and there's a scent for everyone, and they are made for quality and not quantity. So some problems that come with my soap. So raw materials. Very few raw materials that I am using actually are coming from New York, let alone the US. And another one is people are unaware of the things that are going into cold processed soaps and other types of soaps as well. And the lack of knowledge is a very large problem. In the environment, many parts of the plant that are being used are discarded for no reason, and I would like to be part of that solution. So the solutions for these are to connect. To be able to connect with people in New York, specifically in the beeswax and hemp industry, to provide those ingredients that are not coming from the US and are being imported from other countries. The other one is educate people. As my business continues to expand, I will communicate with people about the benefits of my soap. And the last one is less waste, is to be able to use the discarded parts of the cannabis plant to improve soaps and other cannabis products. So to connect, as I mentioned before, bridging with people in New York will provide those lack of ingredients that are coming from these other countries, and it'll help support New York's economy. I can use these local ingredients to lower the cost of my soap and improve the quality of my soaps as well. And it also helps me expand into other branches of agriculture. Educate people. As I continue to expand, educating people about these different types of soaps will encourage more people to buy and think local. This means having a presence online in direct consumer marketing and selling. And this plan fits into the goals of my business more because I value the customers. And less waste. I would like to be able to partner with a university to see how plant fibers can be used to create an exfoliating soap. Hemp is what my goal would be with that, because it is very fast growing and is very commonly, or at one point was commonly used. And it is important that we encourage more of this into New York, because there is a lack of that in the market. And my target customers are a wide variety. I've had people buy my products from different agriculture branches and trades. I've had farmers buy, and I've had the normal household buy, and college students. And growth, next year I will expand my business and get into more events to reach more potential customers. Thank you guys. Do you guys have any questions?
First question is, what's the retail price on this?
So the large bars, what you have in front of you are the 1.5, like 1.3-ish ounce bars. Those retail at $4 a piece. And then the larger ones, which are 3.3 to like 3.5-ish, those retail for about $8.
And what's your wholesale cost?
So my wholesale cost, I have not like wholesaled, but my cost per unit is around $230 for the 8 and about $130 for the small, making it 60% profit margin for the smaller ones and a 70 to 75% for the larger ones. Anybody else?
Madeline, that was great. I was curious about I like the way you connected the different components of the agriculture here to create a new thing. Does this create a value, another profit source for for the things you need that you think would be attractive to the other growers, so that it's something they normally wouldn't be selling, but now you have a market for that part of the
I'm
plant.
sorry, I couldn't hear you very well.
Just the connection between your soap and the other industries, and how I'm curious if you see that as a way for them to have a new market for something they wouldn't normally have a market for.
All right. So, yes, it is a little bit newer because I personally have not seen any soap business connect agriculture into it. I think that's something that should be encouraged a little bit more into it, because that soap is being used every day, and I like the fact that you can connect different branches of agriculture into other branches. Like, I would have never considered soap as a part of agriculture, but as I have been able to work with my business, I have noticed that you can connect a lot of things back to it. Does that fully answer your question?
Yes, quick follow-up. Does that mean that when you started out it was about the soap and then you discovered all these connections, or did you have that going in, that knowledge?
Yeah, so really, as I continued to do it, it really opened my eyes on what I could do. And when I started out, I've done months of research, but I never considered that I could get these ingredients local.
Hi. In your presentation, you talked about how a lot of your ingredients you can't get in the United States. Where are you currently getting the ingredients for your soap?
So my ingredients are coming from other countries. So my beeswax that I talked about wanting to source locally, that it kind of gets buried in the market about where it comes from. However, as I've dug into where it's coming from, most of it is coming from China, which other oils and butters are coming from other countries like Africa and stuff, but the majority are being outsourced, and I would like to, like hemp oil and beeswax, I would like to specifically have coming from New York with it. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Thank you again for your presentation. My question speaks to, can you provide more detail that, if you were awarded the prize money, what you would do with $3,000? What would be your next steps for your business?
So what I would like to be able to do is I would like to be able to grow it. I would like to be able to work online to connect with more people, because I come from a very small town. So even if I can't get online, I would like to be able to go into more events. And a lot of it was because financially, I couldn't afford that. I started this all myself with no financial help. And at 14, getting a job is pretty hard. I was lucky to be able to acquire my job that I have now. That would also be used to start that research program. I would love to be able to dive into that. That's definitely a passion of mine. Any more questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. All right. We have one more pitch for today. We have a team of 3 from Nassau County. We have Kevin Yan, Arya Jafari, Omid Navabi Nijad. And if I have not pronounced any of your names right, I have tried. You can correct me. Names are so important. My name is very hard to pronounce. Welcome to the stage, gentlemen. Come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arya.
I'm Omid.
And I'm Kevin.
And we're here to tell you about Wheat, a platform where you can meet who you need. So, around 1 month ago, my agri-science class Zoom called with a local farm called Young's Farm. We talked to the co-owner, Tim Young, and we asked him, to you, what is the #1 issue you have when farming? And he answered, it's difficult to find labor in general, especially skilled labor. And this answer was surprising, so we did more research and we found that labor is a huge issue across the entire agricultural industry, and there are barely any platforms devoted to having workers and farmers meet up, and the ones that exist are outdated, inaccessible, or just unintuitive.
So we created Wheat, a website that acts as a middleman in labor, connecting workers and farmers. Wheat is for the passionate people of the agricultural industry who are looking to better themselves and their businesses in a plethora of ways. Let's say you need a tractor worker for the fall season or a blueberry picker for the spring season. Well, we've got you covered. We're concerned about a potential language barrier. Rest assured, we put that into thought as well, and we offer a variety of languages. These factors all help show that Wheat is a strong networking platform for people in the agriculture industry. Now some sample screenshots of our product. On the top left, you can see that our About Me page, which gives you full reign over your profile. You can talk about yourself in your biography, list the dates you're free, upload your resume, and much more. Next is our livestock courses, where you can take courses such as livestock care and tractor operation, which upon completion and a certain fee, you can gain a certificate that says you have completed said course. Next is our For Farmer search page, where you can put in the certain criteria you're looking for and hopefully find a worker that matches your exact needs. And lastly is our For Farmer search page in Spanish, which shows the versatility of our product.
Now that we've gone over our problem and our solution, it's time to analyze the market potential of wheat. Starting with the fact that 20% of New York is farmland with 33,000 family farms, the scale of farms in just New York alone highlights the potential growth opportunity for wheat. Although less than 1% of wage and salary workers in the US are in the agricultural industry, this highlights a potential for growth in the agricultural industry, which in turn will allow for wheat to grow. This is supported by the fact that from 2012 to 2022, there has been a 1% per year growth in the agricultural industry. Finally, the fact that many websites do not have translation features, they are not able to target the 70% of today's farmers who are not fluent in English. Wheat solves this problem by having translation services on our website. Wheat has clear competitive advantages. For larger, broad job search platforms, Wheat's focus on the agricultural industry allows us to innovate more in terms of our website. This includes things that we do, such as our courses page, which benefits both farmers and workers alike. In terms of smaller businesses that also focus on the agriculture industry, many of these are outdated and often feel like glorified job boards. We, on the other hand, pride ourselves in having a modern interface, being more than just a job board. Wheat does this by innovating on new features, such as mentioned earlier, the courses we have.
So Wheat has a variety of ways to make money. First, we're going to offer a subscription service that will provide you with many benefits, such as access to one of the many agricultural courses we mentioned before. Additionally, we would offer a partnership for farms. So this would allow farms to display past statistics such as, we had 100 workers with us in the past that were satisfied, or we are usually looking for workers from June to August. And the goal of this partnership is to organically increase turnout for a farm, which will provide a good incentive for farms to pay for our partnership subscription. It's also important to note that Wheat is a website, so as the online space grows, its opportunities to increase its own revenue will grow as well. Looking forward, we plan to use prize money to fully develop our website and probably run an ad targeting campaign using keyword search and search algorithm ads to help increase the base of users for our website. Thank you.
That's a very interesting concept. But let me ask you, you're going to recruit potential workers for farms. Are you just going to be acting as an employment agency or as a referral service?
So the way we would work is if you're a farmer on the site, you want workers for specific jobs. So let's say it's the summertime and I need a temporary team of people who can pick whatever, like strawberries for me, right? So you go onto Wheat, you would filter by what you need, and then on the worker side, you're someone who knows how to pick strawberries properly, who knows how to collect them, who knows which strawberries look okay to be like taken off from their plant. And then they would also see the listing, and then these two people would meet up. So Wheat acts as that in-between, as like the gap.
Right, but what I'm asking also would be, so if I'm a farmer, I'm going on your website, and you're going to supply me with 5 people for a certain amount of days. am I paying them or are you going to pay them through me?
So these workers just have services. It's not really like we're giving them to you, but they're just as part of our website. They also want to find work. They could go for any farmer. So this farmer is like, oh, these workers know what they're doing, so then you
I
can
get
work out
that.
payment yourself.
So the bottom line is, from your revenue source, are the workers going to be paying you a percentage, a commission, or is the farmer going to pay you a percentage or a commission?
It could be on both ends.
What is it going to be?
Could you say that again?
What is it going to be? What's your plan?
I would say I think a 5% commission would be best
Okay,
between all of the transactions that would be made.
thank you.
I'm curious about how you might, or if you're thinking of this in a way that you have some stored information that's useful. So, for example, are the workers rated by the farmer so that in the future
Yes.
they will have they'll know more? You're growing the knowledge base in both directions.
So the fact that there's a feedback system that can be implemented to the website really helps because it's sort of like it creates a sense of competition and it's a motivation for farmers to be as like respectful towards workers as possible and then workers to provide good service between both of them because there would be a feedback system.
So is it almost like Airbnb in that there would actually be ratings in both directions?
Yeah, you can say it like that.
Just to add to what Arya is saying, basically what our goal is to create a sense of like network across the whole agriculture industry and find a way for farmers and workers to just be able to connect through like for farms to be able to talk to each other about workers or for workers to be able to find work at many farms, sounding like a social media like company.
Thank you for your presentation. And yes, a great idea of having that network to connect farmers and those that want to work for them. My question is, do you have any research regarding farmers and basically internet access to engage in your platform?
Yeah, so as we move into the future, we feel that the internet is only going to spread to everyone else. And as that happens, we feel that farmers will come across this app as time goes on. So to us, us ourselves wouldn't be the ones bringing wheat to farmers that are disconnected, but once they are connected, then they'll realize that wheat is a great tool to use.
Just to add on to what Arya said, also, even currently, even before it expands like crazy, Nassau County has, from what I know, 5 like local farms, so word of mouth would also be pretty efficient, as well as the internet.
Can you just restate again, if you were to win the $3,000, what it would be used for?
So first, we would hire a certain contractor to help us better our website and sped out so for example, make it more clean cut and make it better functioning. And also we would spend more into advertising, as we mentioned before, it's pretty expensive, especially some certain Google ones that hopefully would bring us to the top when you search our name. So those are our main goals, to help get our name known and make it as clean cut as possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. This was 5 out of 10 pitches. We invite you to come back tomorrow for another 5 pitches at this youth stage. And after that, our judges are going to take their time and contemplate. I know they're already contemplating today. I just would like you to join me in congratulating each person that stood up here today because it's quite a feat to do that. They all did phenomenal. Thank you. Just as a reminder, tomorrow at 10 a.m., we have another workshop in our workshop room in the back for all youth. We have Jonah, who's designed something called brown butter at Cornell University. He's joining us to do a workshop. In addition, we'll have these 5 pitches here. Following the pitches tomorrow, the judges will contemplate and we'll have an awards ceremony with Assemblywoman Lepardo helping us and last year's first place winner. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the conference.